In this video, we'll talk about a very important topic that is really annoying for a lot of advertisers, and it's really not handled in the best way by Facebook at the moment. Those are the Facebook ad policies. So before we jump into them, let's just talk about why they are so important. First of all, you need to understand that Facebook has to monitor a lot of ads and a lot of ad accounts. So what they do is they use algorithms to detect problems with their policies. Those algorithms are often automatic, and because Facebook wants to really protect itself from lawsuits and from potential trouble, they stay on the side of caution. So if an algorithm has to check for a certain policy and you are even vaguely touching on it, they can still disapprove your ad. And when they disapprove your ad, that does not mean that it's disapproved forever. Once you appeal that decision, for example, if they disapprove your ad for some completely nonsense reason, which can happen, and it does happen a lot to a lot of people, then after you appeal it, a human being will actually see that ad for the first time, and they may see, oh, well, that's not right. Okay, I'll approve your ad, and you'll be fine, and you'll be okay. Now, the second thing why this is very important is that if you break that rule a number of times, a bunch of times, then they will disapprove your entire account, and your entire ad account will stop working. And additionally, your personal Facebook account may be banned from using Facebook's advertising services in total, which is really bad. And then you need to be able to protect your personal account from that, because from your personal account, you can be managing a lot of ad accounts. That's number one. And on top of that, you don't really want to create a new separate Facebook ad account to manage ads, especially if you're a marketer and you are managing many different businesses, and you have access to a number of business manager accounts, and especially if you're the admin and the only admin of these ad accounts, and then you can't add anyone else, your entire advertising portfolio could go to rubble, and you don't want to do that. You don't want that to happen to you. So let's break these issues down one by one. First is your account getting disabled. That can happen for several reasons. So let's jump over here to Facebook Business Manager, and here you can see in the Manage Business, the first thing is something called account quality. Now, this account quality is what shows you how many violations you have in the last whatever days, right? Some of these ads that we created were rejected for various reasons by the algorithm. And so Facebook is, in fact, counting all of your ad account violations. And you can go to account status overview and see, for example, for which accounts you have some issues. And you can see that some accounts are even restricted. Now, this one was restricted for a good reason, but you can see our own does not have any issues. And as you can see, our Startup Masters account, our real account, does have some advertising issues, and that happens quite frequently. So there's a few ways in which you can protect yourself from that. So let's jump over to our ad account and see why and what ads we got disapproved. You can also do that through Ads Manager, and you can see here in your notifications, you'll be able to see if you have any notifications for your ads, and then you can see like if any of them were disapproved. And then if you did get an ad disapproved, then you'll be able to see in your account quality why that ad was disapproved. Generally, what Facebook is going to do is they're going to show you one of these policies over here. By the way, it's very important for you to visit this page. So that would be facebook.com/policy/ads. And you need to read the entire thing with the learn more on each things, right? So there's going to be, like, for example, there's a lot of things on prohibited content, like, for example, discriminatory practices. You always need to click the learn more and understand what this is talking about. Now, in this video, I'll mention some of the more common reasons why ads get disapproved and why accounts get disapproved. So first, let's start with ads. My favorite one is number 23, which is misleading claims. So that says exaggerated claims, tips or tricks, claims of unrealistic results with specific time frames, claims of cures for incurable diseases, or misleading claims about product attributes, quality, or functionality. Now, if you ask yourself the question, how the hell am I going to advertise my product or service if I can't say that it helped this person or it achieves this or that result? Now, what Facebook generally does is they treat any claim as an exaggerated or misleading. And that's completely normal if you look at it from their side, because they allow everyone to advertise on their platform and anyone can say whatever they want. But what you really want to avoid is to kind of stay away from this. And there's a few ways to do that. So first of all, when you make a claim, you can do it in a case study format, and sometimes you have to dial it down. Let me just show you one ad of mine that got disapproved, even though I don't think that it should be, right? Just give me a second to find this one. So this particular ad was done for Masters Academy. So let's find that one. And it's here in our remarketing conversions. Let's hide the data. And let's take a look at the ads. And it's this one. Oh no, it's this one for the case studies, right? I'm telling you, hey, you should present your ads in a case study format. And here's my ad being disapproved for that same very reason. So let's take a look at this, and I'll show you what you can do and what you can't do. So this is the ad, and here we are presenting our case studies. So if you click the learn more button on this, you'll actually go to our website and see how we achieved this actual result. It's true, and it's a claim, and it might seem exaggerated to some people. Now, the way you word it matters. So the reason why this one was disapproved is this image, where we put all of the case studies and say they all make millions. Even though this is true, Facebook is treating it as an exaggerated claim. So now, if it is really true, you can, and some of the time you should, appeal it, just so that your account health stays healthy, right? This is very important. So they disapprove your ad. They are not right because the algorithm actually disapproved your ad and not an actual person. Then you need to appeal it to keep your account health in good condition, because in this case, I can show that this is actually true and it's not a misleading claim, but at this point when it was disapproved, no real person has ever seen it. So then I appeal it, I get them to approve it, and my account stays healthy, and it's all fine. In case you actually do break the rules, you might need to have to appeal again and contact Facebook. I'll show you how to do that in a second, to protect your account health as well, because let's take that example. You make one ad. It's an amazing video that presents your product in an amazing way and everyone loves it and converts like crazy. But it gets disapproved and you were testing it on 20 different audiences in 20 different ad sets and it was duplicated 20 times. That would mean that you broke Facebook's advertising policies 20 times. And this can also happen without your ads being seen by anyone. So you create your account, and at the time that you're creating the account, you create the ad, your campaign is off, it has not started yet. You create your ad over there, you submit it, and then you duplicate it in 10 different ad sets to test on different audiences, for example, or you want to use that same creative that was disapproved in various different types of ad formats, and then you make 4 ad formats and duplicate them in 5 ad groups, and that's again 20 violations. Now, even if your ad was not seen by anyone, it can still get automatically disapproved, and then you must appeal that decision and say, hey, my campaign wasn't even running yet, and my ads disapproved while I was still working on them and improving them. That's a very good argument that no one from Facebook can actually say anything. And this is a good way to protect yourself from kind of Facebook's algorithmic disapproval. So the way to do it is you create your ads, you get them to get approved without you starting to run them. And if there's any big issues with your ads that are detected, you can immediately edit your ads before they start running. Because if you run them for a long time, then you can say to Facebook, hey, I wasn't really trying to do this. And second, if you duplicate your ads with all of the issues themselves, you can say, hey guys, I didn't really break the rules 20 times. I used the same thing and I just duplicated it several times. And, can you please fix that for me or remove the restrictions on my account? Because it is very important for you to keep your account healthy, because you're paying a lot of money to Facebook to accumulate data on your Facebook pixel so that your campaigns get better performance over time, and so you have more data on which to optimize on and to provide to Facebook's algorithm so it can get you a better result, right? So you don't really want to get your account disapproved. You don't want to have multiple advertising accounts for the same company, same website, or same product or service. You really want to avoid that, because that would just create a mess and you won't be able to take advantage of Facebook's advanced advertising algorithms and functionalities. And so really the best way is to protect your account health. And so in this case, for example, this one was approved because of this false or misleading claim, which is in fact true, but then a real person needs to see and approve it, and I need to show them proof that this and this happened so that they can approve that. Now, this is one. Another one could be products that are prohibited for sale, like, for example, you can't sell cigarettes, you can sell alcohol, and so on. But for example, if you want to promote a bar and you're doing a promotion for your bar, you can provide, let's say, you can advertise that you are going to be giving everyone a free food on Thursdays, right? You're not advertising alcohol, even though you're promoting a bar, you're promoting the food and not the alcohol, and this is kind of keeping with Facebook's advertising policies. Obviously, they're big on discrimination, and you should not be using any discriminatory practices. And however, here it's important to mention that targeting, by its very definition, is discriminatory, right? I want, like, my potential customers are people who are well off. If you're selling $8 million apartments, you won't really be targeting the poorest people in the world. So your targeting is going to be discriminatory. Whatever you do, like, for example, if if we are promoting Masters Academy, we are targeting, young people who are looking for jobs to help them. We are not trying to take away learning opportunities from older people. But in this case, if, for example, if you are providing educational content and certification products, then you need to provide equal opportunities to everyone, and so you cannot use age and gender targeting, and you need to select a special ad category. So for all of these different reasons, you need to remember this. First, read this entire thing. Do that. It will save you a lot of time, money, and trouble. Second, if you get any of your ad accounts or your entire account disapproved or banned, you need to go ahead and take these steps over here. You need to appeal the decision from your account quality. Then when you appeal the decision, you need to point out why you did not break these policies. If you did, maybe you can appeal the duplication, so that if you did one thing and it was duplicated 20 times, you really broke the rules one time, not 20, and that could save your account from being banned, even though you're still going to end up with a violation. But those fade out over time. I think it takes 3 months for them to fade out. So only the violations in the last 3 months count for getting your account banned. And if your ad isn't approved, then you can also edit it and say, hey, I was just creating my ad and it got disapproved immediately while I was still editing it. So you can say that you didn't run it, and that's a good way to protect yourself if you keep your campaigns turned off and wait for the approval process and then turn them on. And this is also good for another reason, because if you turn your campaign on and start creating ads one by one and keep adding them on, while they are getting approved, they'll be approved at different times and they'll start running at different times. And so that might affect your data and decision making as well. So you don't want to do that. And generally, you want to take these steps over here in point 3 if your account is disapproved. Another thing that I should mention, which is important, is to keep your account safe. So do make a big, long password, including big letters, small letters, numbers, and weird things in it. And make sure it's big, long, and secure, and don't tell it to anyone. Because if your account gets hacked, it might be used for any of these disapproved by Facebook practices, and then your entire account will be banned forever and you can't use it for advertising policies. This has actually happened to us, to one of our team members, and it's really painful. So you don't want to do that. So keep your account secure. Make sure to read all of these guys over here and keep with them. Specifically, the cheating and deceitful practices, non-functional landing pages, number 21, multi-level marketing, which is basically get rich quick schemes. So a lot of marketers are actually trying to promote, things, how you can make more money with our product, how you can, improve your life, and so on. Facebook automatically considers most of these things get rich quick schemes. For example, for Masters Academy, if we create an ad where we tell you, hey, sign up for Masters Academy, you're going to learn everything about digital business and marketing, and you'll be able to help any digital business grow. That's a get rich quick scheme in the algorithm's eyes. But then once you appeal it and a real person sees it, they'll approve it. So if you want to do stuff on the edge, do it carefully and then appeal it carefully in front of Facebook. and explain to them why it's not breaking the policies. But you can only do that if you have read the policies. So what I generally recommend is that you do a reading of these policies every 3 months. It takes about an hour, hour and a half to read them the first time, and then you kind of go over and check them from time to time. Right, so that's pretty much everything that I have on Facebook's advertising policies. If your ads get disapproved, appeal them. Even if you're wrong, try to reason with Facebook in some way to keep your account healthy. If your entire account gets disapproved, try to explain things like duplication issues and the fact that you were creating ads at the time when they were disapproved, so you didn't really advertise them yet. Turn off your campaigns before getting your ads approved to make sure that you won't end up in trouble. And do not panic if your ad gets disapproved or banned. Don't panic, just appeal the decision. It happens to a lot of advertisers, and Facebook are doing it automatically. No real person has actually seen it. And a lot of the times, as soon as you appeal the decision, they'll see, oh yeah, that's fine, and they'll just fix your account immediately. So don't panic, don't be afraid of that, and try to keep your account healthy so that you can accumulate more and more data to get better results with your Facebook ads. And I'll see you guys in the next video.